Hello gamers, today we're playing the Light Keeper. I simply love lighthouses. The grandeur, the history, and the sometimes spooky vibes. I'm actually writing a story about a lighthouse, and I thought playing this game would be good research into it. And so it was. The game opens with our protagonist arriving to the titular lighthouse. Here we relieve the prior keepers, one of which is literally Heath Ledger's Joker. Dude looks like he's ready to assassinate a city official. After looking around the island and doing some light keeper duties, we discover a group of crows, also known as a murder, hovering around 3 grave markers. But before we get there, I actually discover the scariest thing on the island, the outhouse.
I couldn't do it. People always talk about how they would love to live back in the day, but like stuff like this, I couldn't do it, man. You telling me every time I have Taco Bell, I gotta go freeze my butt off?
At this point, we discover a dead crow and a key to a chest in the keeper's house. Opening the chest uncovers a cryptic photo and a note left by the previous keepers. We actually learn a little bit about the backstory of the lighthouse and 3 former keepers. According to the note, the basement holds whatever evil dwells on this island, as most basements do. The 3 lightkeepers disappeared, never to be seen again. And the crosses on the island are not actually graves, but memorials. But alas, after all of that spooky setup, It is time for bed, because nothing makes me sleepier than a mystery. This section really highlights the beautiful imagery of this game. The lighting, the graphics, and the symbolism do a wonderful job of weaving the game's narrative together and setting the title's mood.
Well, I'm gonna try this first. If not, I'm gonna go down to the dock. Oh, it works. That's so much. These lighthouse people are living the life. They're getting sloshed while they're up here. God, no, not again. Oh, are you an alcoholic? Is that what that is? Yeah, maybe close. Maybe just close this and forget all about this.
Okay. Let me start by saying alcoholism is a serious and debilitating disease that should not be taken lightly. But holy shit, this dude opened the door and immediately dove headfirst into that liquor cabinet. Jesus, dude, give it some air. Well, if you can't beat him, join him. Oh, regret. I don't drink. So much regret. Why did I do that? Ah. Yeah. I'm really starting to think this game has a thing against birds. After seeing this dead bird and 3 mysterious shadows, the keeper figures something ain't right and decides to call for help on the radio.
Now I gotta go to this radio room and try to call for help, I guess? I suppose.
Shit! Jesus fucking Christ!
Motherfucker.
From here, we radio for help.
Get me out. I quit. He just quit like that?
And twist, we find dead bodies everywhere.
Holy crap, why are there so many dead bodies here?
When we soon notice the lighthouse acting very weird, only for us to be locked in and confronted by literal nightmares.
Oh my god!
What the hell is in this? Eventually, we make it to the basement, where we start a fire and learn Arthur's tragic backstory. After giving incorrect coordinates to the airstrike, Arthur inadvertently killed a group of civilians, including children and allied forces. Honestly, could happen to anyone. Math is hard. Here, we learn the light of truth is buried under the only tree on the island. And after all these revelations, we get to choose one of three endings. Either face what we did, surrender to the darkness, or escape and run from it all. I myself chose to face it. Facing it actually causes a new cross to appear on the site, signifying Arthur's death. And that's it. The Lightkeeper was released September 7th, 2025 by Dark Phobia Games, a two-person team from the Netherlands. The location and overall vibe of the game is great. A spooky lighthouse is a modern classic. Full marks. The game's tension was definitely there. I did get tense vibes, but not as often as you would expect. A lot of times you're just walking around completing random tasks, but it never got boring. 1.5.
Thought distance would drown the past.
The story had a great setup and an interesting premise. Much like our previous entry, this game has multiple endings. 3 to be exact. And these 3 endings, I really think cater to different types of horror game players. What do I mean? You want a just and moral ending? You're the type of gamer that wants to see everything wrapped into a nice little bow? Face it. You're one of those gamers that wants a really character-driven ending? Escape. And if you're one of those all is lost type of gamers, pick Surrender. 1.5.
Hi, you're a skeleton, huh? But you wouldn't let me live.
Player impact. This is where the game really falls off. Sadly, it doesn't really leave a mark. After I beat this one and got all 3 endings, once I put the controller down, I really didn't think about it much. In fact, for doing this video, I had to go back and rewatch everything because I just didn't remember, even though I had just beaten it a day or two ago. And when it's finally all tallied up, this game finishes with a final score of 6 out of 10. A good amount of fear. This is definitely one of those games that you'd want to replay for Halloween. The Lighthouse Keeper had a great story and an old school setting, but just like Don't Knock Twice, it really relied a little too much on jump scares for my taste. The result is a game that feels scary with a few gotcha moments. But what do you think? Do you agree with me, or am I completely off base with this one? Next, we'll be tackling another short game. I haven't quite figured out which one to do next. But until then, I've been Rob, and you've been wonderful. Bye, gamers.